Hi everyone, my name's Ben, and today we're going to look at a new product from Dweller, which is the hosted Orderbook server, which sits on top of Hyperliquid. So it's a way to get low latency trading data directly from the Hyperliquid node software. So we're going to talk a little bit about Hyperliquid, we're going to talk about the Orderbook server itself and what types of data you can get, and then we're going to look at some examples and go through that. So let's get started. So this is the trading desk for Hyperliquid. This should all be fairly familiar to you if you're watching this content. So you have price data, ticker data, order book data, which shows you the spread and the depth of the order book and what the price action, so to speak, and then a list of trades that are being executed. And we're actually going to be able to get all of this in super low latency from our node software. So this is what we're going to look at today. But first, let's speak briefly about Hyperliquid and why it's so popular right now. So at the core, Hyperliquid is it's a new type of DEX which essentially enables you to trade perpetuals. So it enables you to trade with leverage. And this hasn't previously been able to be done anywhere outside of central exchanges like Binance, Bybit, these kinds of things. So this is a very new way of trading perpetuals. And at the core of this is the consensus layer for Hyperliquid, which is called HyperBFT. This is a variant of the hot stuff algorithm, and this is what allows the DEX to finalize blocks really quickly so that you can do ultra-fast trading. And so on top of this, we have two components. The first is Hypercore, and this is the native order book matching engine. So this is how Hyperliquid's spot and perpetual markets can operate as they do because of this special Hypercore component. And then you have a traditional HyperEVM, which is just your standard Ethereum virtual machine, so that Ethereum developers and Solidity developers can use traditional methods of writing smart contracts and bring them into the Hyperliquid ecosystem. So you can think of it like this. Hypercore is for the trading use cases, and HyperEVM is simply an EVM virtual machine. So within the trading use cases, you have your spots, perpetuals, and oracles. And on the EVM side, you have things like dApps, bridges, and stablecoins. So this is how you can separate them in your mind. Today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the Orderbook server, which is an open source piece of software that sits next to a Hyperliquid node. And by connecting via WebSocket, you can stream the data that's being produced by the Hyperliquid node. So you can get trades, you can get the order book depth, you can even get things like specifically what users are in which order book for what coin, and so on. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. So this is just a repetition of what I just said. These are the three different types of endpoints you can use with the Orderbook server. If we look at the trades data, so this is an example of a trade that's been executed. You can see if it's a ask or like a bid or a sell or a bid. You can see the price, you can see the size, and you can see a whole bunch of other details. On the L2 book side, you can see basically the depth of the market. So if we jump back over here, we can basically get this order book here programmatically and a lot faster than what's appearing here. And then finally, to go one step deeper, We can also look at the L4 book, which is something that you can't publicly get. You have to run this type of server. And this not only shows you the order book, but it shows you what users are in that order book. And this could be interesting for analytics purposes. So let's go and have a look at some code now. How do we get access to this? So this is an alpha product. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to create an account at dweller.com. Once you've created an account, you can get in touch with our team and we'll give you access to this, this product because it is an alpha stage. Then you can come and grab an API key and you'll need that to get started with some demos. I'll just put this on the screen here as well. We do have a lot of getting started examples here. So I'll put this link in the description below, but you can just come here with your API key and then you should be able to very easily sort of follow along. But now that we have our API key, we can bring some code over. Just going to load it up here. Make this a bit bigger. So you'll see that there's some environment variables here, some examples. So what you want to do is you want to grab your alpha endpoint of our team and then put that in your environment variables. And once you've done that, we can open up just this basic example here. And you can see that we grab this environment variable, connect to the WebSocket, and then we use this subscription method here. So this could be BTC, this could be ETH, this could be Hype, it could be whatever you want it to be, basically. And then we simply run this. If I just go into the right folder, Python WebSocket basics, we'll connect to the order book, and then you can see that it's just streaming the trades one by one. And these will be the same trades that you're seeing on the Hyperliquid website. So that's how simple it is. But we can do a lot more interesting things. So let's have a look at some other examples. Let's have a look at the L2 order book, for example. So I'll just run this so you can see what it looks like. So you can see here, this is recreating the order book that we see over here. So it's probably going to be a little bit hard to match up, and I'm not sure what coin are we looking at here again. I think it's a different coin. Oh yeah, it's ETH. So let's go and have a look at ETH. So you can see here we have 4290 on the bids, and then we have 4290 on the bids over here, 42892, 42892 over here. So this maybe gives you an idea on how you can use these different types of data to understand what's going on and to build your strategies or your analytics or whatever it might be. We can also do some things like change the significant figures here. Oh, maybe that doesn't, it's too many. Maybe this is what's available here. Yeah, okay, so we can't do more significant figures there, but you can experiment around a little bit with the different variables you have available on this method. And to go one step further and look at the L4 order book, we can open up that and have a look there. And I'll show you what that looks like. Seven maybe? Yeah. Let's just change this code a little bit. And so what this is going to show, it's going to show something very similar to the L2 order book, but it's going to break it down by individual orders and individual IDs. And so you can imagine that this could be very useful in terms of understanding sort of what wallets are actually contributing to this order book, and you can leverage your trading strategies based on that. I have one more demo, which is showing more of like an analytic view of this order book. So I can show that quickly, and that will be the last example for the day. So you can see here that I'm getting some analytics for the BTC market, which is showing the buy and sell ratio, the average spread, price changes, and if you gather enough data or use some historical data sources that you can also get from us, you'll be able to develop more trading strategies. So all of this, these were just a few examples to highlight some of the data that you can get using this order book server. And that's all I have to share. The last thing that I will share is that this data is typically available via, I'll just go to our documentation and share some interesting insights. So the L4 order book is not available publicly. The rest of the data is somewhat available publicly through Hyperliquid's APIs, although we did some tests, and what we found is that by using this order book software, which is located directly next to the node, you're able to get the data a lot quicker than through public APIs, and you're able to get a lot higher rate limits. The public APIs are limited to 100 requests a second or 100 connections a second, whereas at Dweller on some of our paid plans, this can be well over thousands of requests per second. So I hope this was helpful to understand a little bit about Hyperliquid, a little bit about this new order book service that we have available. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you develop. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, or you can reach out to our team. And yeah, if you need more demos, I have some trading demos related to this that are coming out soon. And yeah, have a great day, and we'll talk soon.